What up,
Been a
free
long
thinkers?
time. Shouldn't have
I
left
shouldn't have
you.
left you without a dope
Without a
means.
doubt. Step two.
Whatever you say. Step two, step two. You know what? You know what? Let's get into it, y'all. It's been a long time, y'all. We have not been here. We've been busy. Q is frozen right now. Q, I don't know if you know, but
Already.
you're
It didn't even I
frozen. I
see.
can
Can you hear
hear
me?
you. I can hear you, but I
Oh,
can't see. But here you go. You're back. You're back. Look at that. Q is back today.
about to get my
And
back up in
so
advance.
right, get the backup ready. So y'all, we've been gone for a while. We've just been really slammed. Life been lifing, but we're back. And we're back with a vengeance. And we're just gonna get straight into it because we got a hard stop.
Yeah.
So today's topic is called the wingman.
I'm interested in this. I don't even know what it's about. I'm interested.
The wingman. What happened to all the good wingmen? And so my theory is Q is frozen. I need to see his facial expression. My theory is that the world is a much better place with a good wingman. And in fact, the breakdown of society itself happened because there are not enough good wingmen anymore. Like,
Okay.
there are so many things in life that need a wingman for it to be successful. Now, you can do it on your own. Good luck. But you need somebody that has your back. And I don't think that the wingman is valued as much as it should be because everybody wants to be the main event. That is
Ooh.
my theory.
Okay, so you're gonna give us the definition of a wingman and then the
Oh,
quote
okay.
unquote extended definition, I guess, because it sounds like this conversation is gonna stretch
It's gonna stretch.
beyond the bar definition of a bar club
Right,
definition of a wingman is gonna
right.
okay, break it down for us.
So the typical definition of a wingman is like the person who's there's a main person and then there's the wing person. The wing person is the support for the main person. Now, typically when you hear this term wingman, it's typically used in dating.
Right.
And so if you're dating someone or you're like, okay, so for Gen Z, the younger
Ooh.
generation, your experience with dating is a little different from our experience from dating back in the days. Back in the days, we would go out and the only way you could get to know someone is you literally had to walk up on someone you did not know.
Right.
You had to assess the situation before approaching. And then you probably had, in a case of a guy, because back then men were more of the hunter, the aggressor. Back then, aggressor wasn't a negative term as it is today, but men were the ones who initiated
Right.
this conversation between them and the other person. And so oftentimes when you're out in these settings, you are not going alone. You're going with your friends. And the girl you want to approach is with her friends. And you, as a single guy, can't just walk up on the group by yourself and be successful. Like you could,
Right.
there's some people who can
Oof.
pull that off.
Goodness
There's some
gracious.
people who can pull that off, but it's very rare. So that's when Nikki, oh, the braid, it gives. Nikki, I'm kind of like talking to people about what a traditional wingman, like the term
Okay.
traditionally came from. I'm basically giving them the scenario of you're trying to get someone's number, if you will. You want to get to know them. You're in a club, you're at a football game, you're somewhere where there are people of your age. You're with
Okay.
your group of friends, the person you're looking at is with their group of friends. You assess the situation as the man, because that's how it was back then. And then you walked up with your homeboy, but as you were approaching, you're like, I got the one in the red dress, right? You called dibs.
Essentially, yeah. That's
you you called dibs.
all did. You did.
So the person who really wants to talk to the other person in the group calls dibs first. And
Mm-hmm.
then the other people in the group, your friends, are like, all right, cool. They don't necessarily call dibs on anybody. It's just free reign. The main thing is the main person who wanted to go approach, they call their dibs, they approach, and the friends are supposed to support you and helping you get the number. If that means distracting the friends, the other friends, the
Mhm.
girls' friends, that's what you did, even if you were not attracted to them. You played your role.
Yes.
Okay? Even if you did not want to do it, even if you did not want to be there, because you were supporting your friend's efforts to get this phone number, you did whatever you had to do. That is like the traditional role and sense of the word wingman. Now, go ahead, Q.
No. Go. No. I in that short, you made me think about so much stuff. I wrote it down, but I'll just keep going because I'm about to switch to my other computer. I got some notes that I just wrote in 2 minutes. We go ahead, keep going.
Now, y'all, I know this is a long definition. I do. I realize that I've been talking for a while now, but you have to follow me in order for this to make sense for you.
Okay.
Now, the concept of a wingman, again, it goes across all boundaries. It's not just dating. You need a wingman at work. You need a wingman in
Mhm.
life. You need a wingman. I mean, we can even just talk about politics. Like, let's, for example, Obama. He needed Joe Biden as the wingman. When he was
Right.
in office, we didn't know anything about him. He didn't say much. He didn't do much. He didn't anything. He just showed up and was the white dude because he needed at that time a white dude to be by his side so that the other Americans would trust him in the space. That is an example of a good wingman. He played his part, he shut his mouth, he kept it cool, and he did what he was supposed to do, which was not much, so that Obama could do what he needed to
Right.
do. All that to say now, I believe again that society is not the same society it used to be because there's not enough support. There aren't enough wingmen, there aren't enough sidekicks, there aren't enough support systems. It just goes back. So that's where I'm at. That's where the idea came from. And I want to just kind of roll from there. Q, Nikki, what you got?
Ooh, okay. Can y'all
You got
hear
a
me
whole.
good
Go ahead,
now?
Q. You got a
Go
whole
ahead,
notebook.
Nikki. Go ahead,
No,
Nikki,
you
because
got a whole notebook. Go ahead. You go. You go.
no, because I'm almost I'm about to load into my other computer. But yeah, just go
Or do
ahead,
y'all
Nikki.
want to also define it or, whatever before we get into the whole?
So I did not look this up, ironically. And I don't know if it was because I didn't have time or I didn't think about it, but I didn't look up the definition of wingman. And
Mm-hmm.
I always look up the definition of shit just to make sure we're on the same page, and I didn't. And so listening to you explain and describe who the wingman is and what their role generally has been brings back a whole lot of like moments in my life where that shit happened, right? Where that was the norm. Like that's how you met people. That's how the dating world began, right? Like the
Mm-hmm.
liking of people. And so when you were talking about wingman, and we talked about it a couple weeks ago, this being a potential topic, I thought about it because I have oftentimes wondered this in my now decade of being single. I've wondered, especially in the beginning years. Again, I'm like brand new going into the single world, right? After almost 20 years. So I don't know what I thought. And I know I wasn't trying to like hop right into the next, right? But it was like Twilight Zone. The concept of having a wingman, the concept of having your girl hook you up, or even having your boy hook you up. And even then, when I met men who were 100% platonic, like it was established that our relationship is 100% platonic, there will never be anything more than that. So there's no weird energy, right? But it's like, if my boy thinks I'm a cool ass chick and a good ass mama, and you claim to have some good men on the team, nobody hooks anybody up anymore. I've had one male friend, only one, who has tried to hook me up with two different guys that he gave them the business too, and he ran down all the criteria. He's like, this works, this works, this works. And it didn't, I didn't pursue, because I really have to be super duper interested, right, to pursue with a man, because I don't do casual, and I'm not just play dating. Like, I'm not doing that. But out of 10 years, I've had one male platonic friend, partner, who tried to hook me up with two guys. And those are two men that he vouched for too. He was like, no, they're good dudes, you're a good woman. It could be, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I just want to introduce. All of these years, I've not had one motherfucking other homeboy try to introduce me to one of his homeboys or cousins or uncles or good dude at work or good dude at the gym, or never. And I have not played. I played wingman, but it's different today, I think, for women, and maybe it is for men too. But that was my thoughts when you talked about the wingman and the role of having that person there. I was like, I definitely have not had that particular connection with even if we're out somewhere, and so I'm led to believe either all their friends are shit or I just wouldn't match with anybody at all, and they're like, yeah, we're not even gonna try.
Dang, I feel like let me hook you up culture is dead.
It's dead.
When's the last time you even heard somebody like, no, let me hook you up with, I got somebody I can hook you up with. Like, it's dead. Let me hook you up. Culture's dead.
It's dead.
Cute. I feel it. I feel you.
So
itching.
These are just observations based off of what I heard you saying. And number one, let me tell you, I was one of the best wingmen.
I know you were.
I
couldn't wait for this.
I was an incredible wingman.
I know you got stories.
I mean, I was a great wingman. I really was.
You ain't never want my wingman, though. That's fucked up.
And okay, so let me say this too, though. Right, I was a great wingman, not just for men, but also for my women friends too. I was just great.
Wow.
Now let me say this. So, just assessment as I heard Denise talking. Number one, a wingman was the buffer. The buffer.
Ooh.
So you knew how to take the conversation. You know when you talked about Obama and Biden, it made me think, y'all ever watched Key and Peele and they had Luther the translator.
Yeah.
And
I remember that one.
Translate what the other person saying. So basically, in a Key and Peele sketch, they would do Obama. Obama would be saying certain things, and Luther would be the translator who would say what he was actually saying. He was saying things that Obama couldn't actually say.
That's funny.
So it's like, well, what we would like to do is create a stable union between the two parties, and then Luther come in. Y'all motherfuckers tripping. Y'all know what y'all talking about. So this is what we gotta do. Like, and then he just sit there and then he have to translate. A good wingman is a buffer.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, listen, let's break this down, doctor. Oftentimes, when people are first meeting each other and they're having this interaction, there's nerves involved, a little bit of anxiousness involved. You don't know exactly what to say. You don't know exactly how to say it. You kind of fumble over your words sometimes, and it's just you're trying to give the best impression of yourself, but it doesn't always go over. A good wingman knows how to buffer that conversation. So when they go to you, hey, my friend, really thinks that you're gorgeous, and he'd like to, know if it's okay if he can talk to you. Like,
And then she would respond, "Who's your friend?"
right? See, okay. So hold on. If the friend actually came over and said that, it probably wouldn't come over that way. It wouldn't come off that way. It'd be something strange. Hey, what you up to? It's
Oh,
hot out
that's
here, ain't it?
good.
It's hot in here. It's loud. Can you hear me? Like, it don't come off the same way when somebody's trying to. But the person, because this is the other issue. This is the other thing too.
Mm.
The wingman, he's just a neutral party. He
Right.
ain't got no stake in the game. He ain't got nothing to lose. So I can come to you and give the message without the anxiousness, without the nerves, without the anxiety, without all the. I can just come to you as I am and hype you up the best way possible. So that was a buffer. Now, also, the wingman assessed the situation and filled in the gaps.
Mm.
So oftentimes when I'm telling you, hey, my friend think you really, really nice, and this, so I can translate a message, and I can read this person's body language, and based off of what they're saying, what they're interested. Maybe he told me to say something, and me watching her body language, that didn't go over as well as it needed to.
Mm.
So then I can kind of tweak the conversation a little bit. And then when you get the response, then I can go back to him and not tell him, like, she'd be like, well, if he liked me, then he'd come over here and talk to me. That type of thing.
Mm.
I don't have to say that. I can go back to him and be like, oh, yeah, she said, that's what's up. Go ahead, go speak to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't have to give her, I don't have to bring the same, I just give him the same information, but I give it to him in the way that he needs to get it in order for the connection to take place. I can assess the situation. I don't need to be like, well, she said if you was a real man, then you would go over there and talk to you. No, I'll be like, oh, yeah, she said go over there and talk to her. It's the same thing, but I'm giving it to him in a way.
Yeah, so he'll be confident.
So all I'm doing, I'm filling in the gaps. She said it the type of way, but ultimately what she said was come over there and talk to me. I'm going to give it to him the way that he needs to hear it in order to give him the confidence to be like, okay, hey, how you doing? So that's it. You get to fill in the gaps and give the right dissemination of information that you need. Also, yeah, so, and that was my third part. The wingman made the conversation palatable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You put it in a way that both people can hear it and understand it. I know the way he think. I hear what she's actually saying, and what she's saying to me, since I'm a neutral third party, she's saying it to me in a way that she probably wouldn't say to him directly.
Right.
All I'm doing is filling in the lines and putting it in there. And then a wingman is also a security guard. We blocking out all unnecessary entities that don't need to be a part of this conversation. Anybody who bringing unnecessary shade, anybody's trying to interrupt anybody telling jokes in the time that it ain't to be jokes, like helping them get to a secluded place to where they can actually have a conversation, all of that stuff. Also, and like you said, the basic part of a wingman. Let me occupy the homegirls and start a conversation with them so that they don't interfere with the conversation that my homeboy trying to have with her. That's security right there. You setting parameters and you're setting the atmosphere for them to be able to have the conversation that they need to have.
Yep, with less pressure, way less pressure. Because when you just got a girl sitting on the side of you looking at you crazy while you trying to talk to her girl, because the other thing is, women we wingman differently, and I think that's maybe what Nikki was kind of alluding to. But women, we wingman a little differently because we're there for security too. Right. You know what I mean? We're like, hold on, what's this? What's going on? Let me make sure she ain't sloppy drunk, because sometimes you got that situation going on. Because we got to make sure you don't. Everybody had that one friend that would leave the club with some dude she didn't know, and it's like, hold on, no. And
that was the fourth one I wrote down. A wing woman made sure that everybody knew that she was being
Oh,
looked
no, you
Uh-oh.
kind of breaking up, Q.
Not already.
Dang.
Oh, damn. I don't know what I can do.
Okay, there you go. You
Nope.
back. You back, Q. You back. There you go. You there. You back.
Okay.
Q.
But yeah, a good strong. Dang, you still can't hear me?
No, we can hear you now. There must be a delay, though.
It could be. A good strong wing woman let everybody know that there's eyes on this person. And if you don't come correct, then there will be consequences. I'm going to check you real quick. The moment you say something out of line, you will get checked.
Yeah, that's because I was the kind of wing woman is like, I'm going to let you do your thing. Like, I'm not going to jump in. I'm not going to, please, I don't want to talk to your homeboy. But if I have to talk to the homeboy, I don't want to, but I'm going to try my best.
Right.
However, I'm also not going to hate. However, nobody's leaving here with anyone.
Right.
Correct. Get the number because that's all that's happening tonight.
Yeah.
That is all. Something I wanted to say too. Back in the days,
Denise. So people like you be the one that we have to put the wingman. Like, hey, you got to put a little sauce on this. You need to get her interested in you, so she don't pay as much attention to the homegirl over there, because we don't need her like completely blocking. Like
always paying attention. No, I let it happen. I don't mother hen, but you're not going home with someone you don't know. Like that ain't happening. Because if you go missing, I was the last person seen with you. Now I'm frustrated because I got to explain this to somebody.
So our hope was like, hey, look, I need you to get her to like you enough to where we all go home at the same time.
Oh, no.
We can all go to.
It wouldn't happen. It was never happening. That was the goal.
Like, hey, come on. Hey, let's go back to our place. Come on. We all go. We gonna kick it. And we got some more to drink at the house.
Okay, so one last thing, and then I'm gonna let y'all hop in. I missed y'all. I have not seen y'all forever. Hey,
we're gonna miss y'all, Tiara. It's so good.
That's what I'm saying. And Yehukanan, Tiara Yehukanan, make an appearance during the Wingman.
Hey, people. Hey.
We missed y'all.
See your face on here, woman.
That's what I'm saying. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yes.
It's good to see you guys, though. Everybody looks good.
Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Good to see you. It's been a minute too. Good to see you.
Right. The MIA. We're happy. Okay, for the people who are just tuning in, we're talking about Wingman. And we have some free thinkers show up we ain't seen in a minute. It's about to get crazy. We love it. And this is one thing I want to talk about because we're talking about the importance of the wingman and what the wingman used to do back in the day. And let me tell you, Gen Z, I feel like this conversation might be for you, Gen Z. I feel like you either learn how to become a good wingman or have some good wingmen in your life will change. Your life will change. There's so many things that we had because we had good wingmen in our life and we were good wingmen that it just made our life significantly better. So I feel like you can learn something from this. In no way am I stunning you. I really just want to tell y'all probably really could learn from this. Okay, now, one thing I wanted to say when Nikki was talking, when you were saying back in the days, your friends will hook you up. They would actually hook you up as a form of wingmanning.
Yes.
I think breakups or like talking, like the talking portion of dating where you're not like with a person yet, you guys are like not quite together, you're trying to figure it out. If it ended during that time, typically it would not end horribly because you have this mutual party that knows both people. So it was just like, I ain't gonna mess over this girl because I'm cool. You know what I mean? I'm cool with this person that hooks. I'm gonna do this the right way. Like even that made dating a little bit better because people just had a little more respect when they knew they kind of like put their name on the line for you. Meaning you gotta handle this situation a certain kind of way because I'm saying you're good. So you gotta do right by me, even if you're not a do right type of person. when it comes to
That is
relationships.
true. That is true.
So that's something else that I had thought about.
Most
But
accountability.
Tierra, Yehuganon, did y'all have any thoughts on Wingman? Anywhere y'all wanted to go with this?
I will go totally left with this because Wingman is like not just in the dating scene; it's in just life. Like
That's what we were saying.
I think we miss the well, I think a lot of the new generation because we have social disconnect. I feel like with the new social media has not gave that freedom of that social connect that we used to have. um I feel like a certain age group understands wingmen in a whole different perspective. Like you used to use people like, yo, give me a job. That's a wingman type attack, tactic. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got you. I'm gonna put a good word in for you.
Right.
You would do it a lot of different things. Even if like supporting business, that's a wingman. Oh, let me show
Right.
you my friend has this great business. I feel like we lost that aspect. It maybe has to do with a lot of disconnect with social media, but far as like dating, because it's so accessible nowadays, I think Wingman has got lost in that as well. Because now you don't necessarily, you can, where we would have to date and we would have to actually go out and date, a lot of people are just hiding behind a filter and um just being able to comment to anybody as opposed to where they need that wingman. So it kind of got lost, I feel, with social media. It's still a very important thing because I feel like the connection of a wingman talking to somebody on your behalf is way stronger than just you doing it on your own. But I think we lost that.
I agree.
But let me say,
I
the bigger
agree.
thing is it's so much more powerful to have somebody else big up you than you trying to big up yourself. You bigging up yourself seem kind of strange, but somebody else giving you the kudos and giving you accolades, then that comes off as different. It spikes intrigue. But I ain't want to step over you. Who can now go ahead, jump in, sir? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm a little bit on the slow side. What is the wingman terminology as
You
far
don't
as
know
that
what a
goes?
wingman is?
I've never heard that term before. Must
It's
be a
like
Texas thing. I
almost.
don't know.
It's
Midwest.
almost like a sidekick. It's almost like having like a sidekick, somebody who like got your back and supports you, like a hype
A
man or like some.
spokesperson. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like something like that. Like you who cannot like if you were ever out back in the days before you were married and stuff like that, and maybe you wanted to approach a girl, but you were nervous, or
Mhm.
maybe one of your homeboys wanted to approach a girl,
Oh,
but
okay,
he was
I got
nervous,
you.
like that kind of like that kind of thing,
Yeah,
where
I
they'll be
got you.
like, "Yo, my
Okay.
boy want to talk to you,"
Yep.
type of thing.
They vouch for you, like,
Hmm.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Yeah, I got a few. I got a few of those. I got two of them actually been knowing them for a quarter piece now. So
Wow.
we've done our share of things as far as like that goes. So my circle is very small. I don't really have a big circle as far as my wingman, but those, that would be my wingman. Like if we were to like get active today, if I wasn't married, I would have them front me as far as that goes. But normally, as far as like me and my partners, we would actually kind of like do it ourselves. And if we find out some information about a certain young individual lady that's interested in us, then we'll pass that information along and whatnot. So we feed off each other very well when it comes to that. So
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I have a question to the ladies.
Hmm.
Because uh from
so
on
I
the
got two good
women
wingmans. I got two of them.
to on the women's side, how does that work? Like if you're in a club or a certain setting and you see somebody that you're interested in and you got the wingman that you want them to kind of initiate that interaction. Like tell me, how does that work? I know how it work on the men's side, but like how does that conversation go if you see somebody of interest? But of course, as the lady, especially at our age, a lot of times we're not going to go up and initiate it ourselves. How does if you get the wingman to go kind of set it up for you, what is that conversation like?
I think it's more of like, okay, say we see a guy, he's really interesting and stuff, and we kind of somehow get into his space. And you developing in casual conversation, and you'll big up your girl like, oh yo, my girl, she loves uh
PlayStation
macchiato.
5.
Yeah. She loves that.
She's a gamer,
Yeah,
right?
she games all the time.
Right.
So it's like we ease into the space.
Yeah.
It's not like we're directly walking up to him like boom, right to beeline, but we will ease into the space, and we'll do the casual conversation, and then kind of circle back, and then like subtly put in like props for your girl. Oh, she loves this. Oh yeah, you should tell him about that time that you did this. You
Yeah.
guys, you
Yeah.
guys are really cute together. Stuff like that. We'll do little
Yeah.
subtle things.
1000%. Because we never send our girl to be like, my girl want to talk to you. It's very much go to the vicinity and where the dudes are, because they're gonna look. It's a group of women. Like, let's be real here. You go to the vicinity. You kind of let them do their eye contact thing.
Right.
Maybe you as the wingman be like, oh, what y'all in here do?
Yep.
Engage the group, right? And then once the group has been engaged, let your girl get her one-on-one on. And like that is like a very subtle wingman situation with women.
I got another question. I want the secrets here. I want the tea. What is it that women do? Because in most cases, especially in our age demographic, some people go straight for the throat, some people don't. But what are the subtle things that you do that entice or invite a man to approach you? Like, what are certain things that you do to where if I want him to approach me, then I do this, or I give this certain sign to kind of give an invite for him to approach me to talk to me?
Again, it's just more common conversation, I think. But you might give compliments. I think women are good about giving, not overbearing and projecting like, oh, you look like you have a big penis. But you might say, "Oh my God, I love that how that the color of that suit on you looks really fly." And you might not even like stay in the conversation. You might just stick and move because you just you cool like that. You don't have to sit there and just dwell on it. But you let him know that you see him. You're letting him know you see him.
I just think you.
Or you might make a joke though.
Yeah, or you make a joke or something like that and get the humor out of it. But yes, you do not stay in that spot. You kind of like hit and move and act like you're not bothered. But you put the energy out there.
That's it.
What about across the room? Like back in the days, there was a little across the room gate. Yes. That one would get. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You look up, they're looking at you. You looking at them. You look the look away, smile.
Hey, eye contact is everything.
Yeah.
You don't stare, but you kind of look, and you're like, and then you walk over. Right.
I'm looking. I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna always make sure that I put the green light out there. I want to say that I think that my experience in these 10 years single, me and my group of women over the course of these years have definitely done far more wingman action than any of my male friends. Period. Meaning, I've buffered, because you used the word earlier, Q, buffer. I've totally buffered.
Y'all smarter than us.
We just got better fucking game. Like, our game is superior. Right. We're fucking at least I am anyways. We're fucking flawless at this. So it doesn't take much, and y'all are very simple.
They're easy.
Very fucking easy. So I've been buffered many a times for men who are interested in like one of my homegirls, right? And it's always been a cool ass situation. Like sometimes they didn't work out or whatever, but like the initial being that wingman, being the buffer, being that person between the two, always was at least a good night for like my homegirl and this dude. At least that night, he hung out all night. Like everybody had a good time. So it was always a good situation whenever we women were the buffers, were the wingmen. I'm telling you, I have not had the experience where that has been reciprocated. None of my male friends have ever buffered have ever tried to introduce, have ever tried to put in the same space with. Like, it's interesting. I definitely have a lot of thoughts about the men that I know.
Okay, hold
Well,
on.
have you looked at it,
too.
Nikki?
Let me
Nikki,
ask
have
you,
you looked at it?
when it comes to your male friends, when you see someone of interest, do you express it to your male friend?
If I did,
Like,
I would.
whoa,
Absolutely. Yeah, for
like,
sure.
man, he's cute. I kind of like him.
Get fed,
In
baby.
a lot of cases,
It's okay.
in
Hey,
a lot
Nikki.
of cases, if you express it to that friend, like, okay, I like him, and if the person is a real friend and he ain't low key trying to get with you, know,
Right.
say something like that, then I'd be like, oh, really? Okay, like, say less. Say
Right.
less. I'll
You
hook
would
that up.
think so. Because if ever,
They'll be like, you don't want to talk to him. They'll hit you with that.
and I
That's a good wingman too.
Yeah.
Hey,
one time I had that experience happen. Shout out to him if he happens to be listening to this. He was like, "You do not want those problems." He's like, "Don't do it."
I was going to actually bring that up to you, Nikki. Have you ever thought about why, some of your male friends don't introduce you to other male friends because they know the type of person you are and how they get down? So there's like, you basically just, put it out there in regards to that. But I want to add to that, as far as you considering that, why that hasn't been reciprocated, as far as, introducing you to another dude because they know how that dude get down and they don't want you to, get involved in that type of drama.
I absolutely think that. I mean, I don't think I'm not gonna say it could possibly be me because I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but ain't no fucking way in 10 years. Now one of my partners be like, man, I got this cool ass homeboy that y'all would no. So I'm left to believe that my homeboys
That should tell you about the dating pool then.
no good ass homeboys. They don't have no good ass men in their corners. Otherwise, why would you not hook two good people up? Let me find out. Is somebody good in one of my people's family, and I got somebody over here who I'm trying to put every fucking body together that's looking for somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That does not happen on the male side. I can't say there are other women who haven't been exposed to that with their male friends.
Or
but
maybe they trying to holler at you themselves. They just don't.
Yeah, I know the conversation I had 3-4 years ago. Like,
yeah, it plays in my head often.
90% of your friends trying to get with you on the cool.
Well, yeah, that's the thing with dude friends. That's one thing. A second thing is if you're going out with your homeboys, you're cooked. You should not go out with your homeboys if you want to be trying to get to know somebody. Because ain't no dude walking up on you while you with your boys. They're not supposed to, because there's no way that a dude's like, yeah, they look like they're just friends. No dude.
That is true.
Is putting himself in that situation.
When me and Smack used to go out, he would always be like, "Dog, we can't stand next to each other because you're gonna run women off and I'm gonna run men off." And I'm like,
100%. 100%.
And women, even the same sex, will run that other group off. Like, you can be with a bunch of women and you're not going to get approached, or you with a bunch of guys, you're not going to get approached.
True,
because I mean, there is sometimes if you just go to the bar by yourself, you will get all the play.
100%. Ooh,
agree. I go out a lot by myself.
Anytime you go out with a group of girls, it gives the impression I'm not here to talk to anybody. I'm just here to hang out with my girls. Like, it's actually a repellent when you with a group. Maybe with one other homegirl you got a chance, but when you with a group of girls, almost all dudes will not come and approach you in the midst of a group of girls.
I've actually had some experience where I approached a group of women, and a particular one where I actually been the wingman as far as getting her to talk to my boy because he was interested. So there's a few times where I actually have to do that because I don't mind going into
Lion's Den.
Yeah, the Lion's Den, and talk to the females, because there is that intimidation factor. But I'm like, no, I'll just go in there, spark up a conversation, and then kind of break the ice a little bit. So I have done that a few times, or been the wingman portion of it.
Because not only do you have to get the approval of the entire group.
Yep.
Right.
And then if it was cool, y'all might go to Waffle House all together. Then that's like the first little date, low key. The Waffle House.
That's if you're ugly duckling. But if you're an attractive man, they probably let you, stay there for a few minutes. But if if you're ugly duckling, they gonna might not approve.
That's one, but that the the,
Well,
the
there's
the the attractive man only gets you in the doorstep for about good 25 seconds. Because if your
yeah.
conversation weak,
Yeah,
then you
and,
Yeah.
and then and then
turn to
and then
ugly,
after that
ugly,
comes your
ugly.
mouthpiece. So if you got something to talk about, or something to say, and you grasp their attention, and maybe you stay a little longer.
And you got a good wingman.
And
Mhm.
and you know what's crazy, but people don't realize that the some of the most winged people out there is parents. Parents will
Right,
wingman you. Oh, I know the
right,
preacher's son. Da, 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 da.
right.
Parents will wingman the
They
crap
do. That
out
is
of
true.
you.
True,
That's
true,
crazy.
true.
Okay, y'all, we 40 minutes in. I want to kind of pivot because something
Okay, hold
TR
on.
said. Go ahead, Q.
Right, because since you about to pivot, I want to ask this
Hmm.
before we pivot. And this is about to get a little messy, okay?
Pivoting like this basketball or something.
Let's
Have
go.
you ever been in a
Watching
position,
the Knicks.
either you yourself or experienced it, where the person end up falling for the wingman?
Yeah.
I've been on the receiving end trying to be the wingman, and they be like, I was looking at you, and and
Yeah.
Mhm.
then you got this awkward kind of like, oh well,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what
What's
do
the
you
bro?
do?
What's the bro code? What is the girl code when
Woo
the
wee, I
person
don't know.
falls for the wing person?
Oh, I'm not
Hey,
interested.
Oh no, I mean I'm a good
Yeah,
girl. So I'm a girl's girl. I'm
yeah,
a girl's girl
I'm-
100%.
yeah.
You
No,
know, usually me and my friends don't have the same taste.
period.
Typically,
Right.
typically it just doesn't add up for us. So I'm always gonna be like, well, no, I'm not interested. But and if they say they're interested in me, then I'm not gonna run that back to her at all. I'm gonna be like, he ain't
Right.
good. Because my thing is, I feel like don't be trying to choose my friend second.
Right,
Right.
okay,
right,
And then he'd be like, "Oh, what's up with you?"
right, right.
let me
Ooh,
put this
that's so
monkey wrench
ugly.
in. Let me
Ew,
throw the
that's so
monkey wrench
gross.
in here. So yes, that I agree with what y'all saying. In certain
Q.
in certain situations,
But,
I try
but,
not to say
Damn.
but because they let you know I'm
yeah,
going
it was
into
coming. It was a comma.
that's my sales taxes. I don't say but. I just kind of.
However,
However, exactly. If you ever been in a situation like the wingman, oftentimes comes off as the better communicator than the actual person.
Because they
So
don't
if you
give a
mm,
damn for real.
right. So if
Yeah.
you've been in a situation, especially if you become somewhat your mutual friend or acquaintance to the other person, and sometimes, and I've done this, especially in my younger years, where if you actually know the person, then they may reach out to you to try to get understanding. Well, how come he ain't called me and this and this and that? I'm like, well, hey, he at work, he just busy. So
Oh
you're
no.
constantly giving advice in the relationship, but what happens is it makes you come off as more confident,
Mhm.
more understanding. There's some cases where you end up having better lines of communication than the person that they're actually trying to date, and that person can end up falling for you, and
ooh,
then you end up getting stuck in a situation like,
That's tricky.
ooh,
that
That's
is,
That's
tricky.
that's
Yeah.
sticky.
that's real.
That's why you gotta. That's why you don't go direct to the person as the wingman. You always stick with the person you're winging for. Because if you insert yourself, then now it gets a little muddy. So, but if you're always just giving advice to your friend in the scenario, you're good. But once you insert yourself into a situation, that's where it gets tricky.
ooh. In the sales
Now,
industry, we
Situation.
call that fiduciary. That means that
Sticky situation.
fiduciary means that at the end of the day, then I represent the company, and my alliance and allegiance is
fiduciary
to the company
responsibility.
and not both. So even I could be talking to a client and we can do this and this, but at the end of the day, I represent the company, and my responsibility is to do what's in the best interest of the company and not directly what's for you.
HR.
So yeah, so I mean, you kind of got to take because sometimes you can get in
Protect
the
the
middle and
brand.
you start feeling for the person and why how come they ain't called you in a couple of days and you start trying to play the middle and playing the middle will end up having you with no friends on either side.
Right. Everybody don't fuck with you no more.
Right. Okay, all right, I got that out the way. Denise, Go ahead.
Okay. So Tierra said something really, really good about business and wingmaning, having a wingman when it comes to business, work, things like that. So one example I can think of is like you might be in some kind of company meeting or whatever, and someone may ask you a question, you get stuck. Your work best friend know you stuck, and they slide in with an answer to help you with the presentation or whatever it is you got going on or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is so good. Or maybe you might flip up on a fact or something that you might need to remember, and they might pull it up on the PowerPoint for you. Be like, yeah, boom, right there. Like small little things like that. I don't know if people are still wingmanning at work anymore. Typically, my role doesn't really. The last role I was in, I was the wingman of all wingmen. But like oh, I was wing. Actually, I'm kind of a super wingman now with my new role. But like, I was wingmaning of all wingmaning. I'll be like, yo, if I know this person's supposed to be somewhere and they ain't there, and I ain't trying to make sure they don't get in trouble, I'm like, hey, da 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 da, whatever. Hey, just so you know, blah 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 blah. Took care of it. Just doing little stuff like that to like make sure that your person that you're winging for at work always looks good. Like you making sure they always look good at all times. You always putting in a good word. You're always saying, "Oh yeah, they helped me with this, or they did this and they did that." Like wingmanning that work is like really sets you up for like promotions, like for real.
Yeah.
That's a good assistant. A lot of people have assistants for that reason, to be able to help them manage their day, and that person is your wingman. They like, you got appointment this time, vice
Mhm.
So even managers with their employees help build their schedules, help them to elevate to different positions. A good manager is going to be somewhat of a wingman, just like an
Yep.
employee will be a wingman for the manager.
Yep. Facts.
Ooh, and to add on to it, like a good wingman, even in the business, like okay, you're in the middle of a business meeting, and there's certain times like I've been a supervisor in management, and somebody, I know them, even though I'm over them, but I know them and we actually cool. And you give an idea, and they be like, "Oh my God, that's a great idea." They knew I was gonna say that already, but they are letting everybody else know this is the time. So a comedian will have someone who knows when to laugh or insert at the joke. If you have somebody who does the rap battles and stuff, they're like, "Oh my goodness!"
Yeah.
They know their verse is running back. But they act like this is the first and the newest time, and they react like, "Oh my God!"
Right.
Yeah.
And
Or
what
even like it.
it
Go ahead,
lets
Hugh.
everybody else know that, oh, okay, this is how it gives them or even like, okay, you go to South by Southwest, the hype team or whatever. They acting like this is the first time they ever
Great
heard the
team.
song, and they dancing with it. They're like, oh my goodness, I want to get a CD. Oh my goodness, let me take it a step further. Go to a strip club. And the other girls there, they over there throwing dollars at the girls and stuff like that too. They work at the same club, but they're hyping it up for you, and they're promoting everyone else to follow suit in what they're doing. That's a good wingman.
A good wingman alley hoops you just like in basketball.
Alley-oop.
Yep.
Steady.
Sets you up. They set you up.
I hate
Steady.
when somebody say what I was trying to say in 3 words. I'm like, man, I can't short.
Or they defend.
Or defend you.
I can't short my thoughts up. That's what I was trying to say.
Yep.
Yes, 100%.
Oh yeah, I definitely came up with many excuses as to why something did go right for somebody. I'd be like, oh yeah, I think what happened was they were working on this. But they told me that they'll get it right to you. They actually just said that. Like you got little stuff like that. But something else I wanted to say, like even like if I'm promoting myself, like Tierra said, if I promote myself, it's one thing. But then like if you promote me, if y'all repost my stuff, and even if you repost my stuff and act like you don't personally know me, even more so is like a different kind of wingman situation. Like, yeah, y'all ever heard of this artist? Blah, 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 blah. Or man, I got these candles, blah, 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 blah. Or, I had this bomb ass character.
Well, I got a homegirl promote her book, and she having a kind of a book party, and then like, oh, okay, that's so interesting. How much is your book? Okay, shoot, I want to get 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And wingman is not only just to be like for a third party. It could be just like if you have a friend that's down and you the wingman to try to kind of lift them up, to build them up
Right.
to whatever they need, the confidence, you know what I'm saying, that they may be
Yeah.
lacking in that. Uh,
Right.
so it can be
Yeah.
a different level of type of wingman that you have in your
Ooh,
life.
let me tell you one other instance of wingman. This is what I get most recently, since I don't be out there in them streets like I used to.
Nothing out there. Nothing.
People writing that they don't know me really as a rapper. They don't know my past lives in church and other stuff that I used to do. They know me more for podcast and conversation. A lot of times, people will invite me to different parties and functions because they want me to be one of the conversation starters to make sure the atmosphere is right. And so, and people,
Hmm.
this is what people don't know about me. I'm extremely quiet, shy. I'm to myself. I'm
You're
really
an
not a
introvert, but on here you're an extrovert.
extremely introvert, but they don't know that now. But what I do understand is in a lot of instances, when certain people ask me to certain things, I know why they're inviting me to these functions. I know
Yeah.
they want me to be a conversation. So when I come, then I'm coming full free thinkers conversation. I'm meeting people. How you doing? I'm
Yeah.
asking questions. I'm getting this and this, and I meet this person and I talk to them for 5 minutes, and then I meet this person. Hey, this is John. John, this is Jerry. This, and I start connecting people and making the
Yeah.
atmosphere because I know that's what they brought me here for.
Play
So
your
then that's
role.
another part of me playing my role. And a lot of times once everybody feeling good, they feel like they know each other, it's a connection, a vibe, and it's going on. Nikki, I dip out. I won't say nothing to nobody. I'll be gone.
You give an
They know
Irish goodbye.
Goodbye.
I don't even,
Irish goodbye.
I don't
I'm
even
good
give
for
an Irish
those.
goodbye.
In a
I
minute,
send it.
be like,
I
let's
send
go. Like he is gone,
I
y'all.
send a text message to the host.
Slide
Hey
out.
Q, why was I thinking that before you even said that? Like you get everybody going and then you just silently dip out. It just bounces.
Slide out.
I absolutely do.
We didn't see him do it. Shit on Tuesday nights for the last Tuesday. Be like,
Oh
you
yeah,
saw
yeah.
it.
He'll just quietly dip out.
Yeah.
That's
My social battery will die and I just have to go.
Right.
yep. Same. Hard same. Okay,
But I
I
look,
have a
everybody
question.
having a good conversation, everybody enjoying it, then look, it might be
That might
30,
have.
45
Don't
minutes
think
where
we don't
I'm
notice
gone.
when you slip out though.
You don't.
Don't
You
think we
don't.
don't notice that.
You don't. You
Yes, we do.
45 minutes. It'll
Yes,
be
we
5
do.
minutes. So that means y'all
We
was in.
notice when you slip out. Well, at least I do.
Not immediately. They'd be like, "What happened to you?" I'm like, "I was gone 40 minutes ago." Go ahead.
Okay, I got a question, y'all. Whether it's fictional, real life, whatever, who do you think is one of the best wingmen of all time?
Spliff Star.
Phyllis Star?
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
That's Busta Rhyme hype man.
Oh, he is a good. He's an excellent hype man.
If there's a Mount Rushmore of hype men, he's on the Mount Rushmore. He might be number one.
I got one.
Over Flavor Flav.
That's why he's on the Mount Rushmore, but over Flavor Flav too. Yes,
That was mine. Flav was mine. That's who I was like. That's
Flav
it.
will be on the Mount Rushmore, but Spliff get the he will get the
I was gonna say that Flavor Flav, the best hype man in the game. He the one that started it.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
he's on the Mount Rushmore hype man. But I ain't want to. I know. Hold on. Ask the question again. I know you wasn't trying to.
So
just go straight music.
who best wingman of all,
Wingman.
like all the time? It could be fictional, it could be real life, whoever, like sidekick, hype man, whatever, all within that same
Me
category.
and my sister
Your
just got
top
done
three.
doing
Could
a
be your top
podcast.
three.
Me and my sister just got done doing a podcast about Lord of the Rings. So Sam
Mhm.
Sam, the one who was with Frodo, that's the best hype man. That nigga put himself in the line of fire. Did y'all ever watch Lord of the Rings?
I
Yes.
watched the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you watched all three of them, then Sam is definitely he's top wingman of all time.
Why?
He literally did everything. It wasn't even about him. He was so for the cause of Frodo that he put himself to the side in every instance. It just became, it wasn't about him. He gave his time, his food, his life, his energy, his thoughts, his pride, everything went behind. It was for the sake of the mission. And speaking of that, on the second part, Morpheus will be in there too, from the Matrix.
And you can also say, what's Dune, the movie Dune, the guy that was trying to get the character to tell everybody that he was like the one. I don't know if you guys watched Doom, but I have watched
I
Doom.
haven't watched. I heard it was good.
Okay, well, yeah, he was trying to get the one, Timothy Chalamet, whatever his character is. He was trying to make sure everybody knew he was the one. So he was really putting himself in harm's way because they was like, "Yo, this is an outsider. What are you talking about?" Which made one thing I want to kind of make a note on. Do you think Wingman? Because I see like it's a positive thing, but I feel like it's a lot of wingmen that are negative and will lie for their person, and that's wingman too, for the benefit of their people.
Right.
Oh
So
yeah, I've been
when y'all
definitely
was
told.
looking at like positive wingmans, I was over there thinking about negative wingmans.
Okay, hold on.
That's
Pause
not
that. Pause
negative.
that
That's
for a
not
second.
negative. I
You
don't
gotta think
think.
about. Well, hold on. Pause that because we could talk about bad villain wing.
I was gonna throw a name out there too for that one. A bad one.
Okay, hold on. Pause that for a second. I want to get this thought out. That's a very good question. Charles, y'all in the sports world, Charles Oakley. Y'all don't know Charles Oakley.
Yes, we do. We know who
What
Charles
you mean we
Oakley
don't
is.
know Charles
We
Oakley?
know New York,
Did he
Come
win
on,
for?
man.
New York Knicks, Oakley
He
now
was
house
That
husband.
dude was a man's man back in the day.
beat up
He
anybody.
was a bully,
Whoever the
not a
star
bully, but
player
he was a muscle.
He was the muscle. He beat up anybody. So when he was with the Bulls, wasn't nobody messing with Michael Jordan without having to go through Charles Oakley first. If you got into it with Jordan, then you're gonna have to fight Charles Oakley. When he went to
He
the
was the
Knicks,
first
after
Draymond
Jordan,
Green.
That's what
he's
That's
10
all
times
right,
worse than Draymond. 10 times worse than Draymond.
Oh yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. He got kicked out
Draymond
of the
ain't got
garden. He got kicked out of the garden because it's just his
at 50
nature.
years old, still fighting people. But yeah,
Yeah.
Draymond ain't had nothing on Charles Oakley at all.
Draymond is performative. This man was real.
Right. Yeah, no, he was real.
That's crazy.
So I googled because I was having a after Flavor Flav I stopped thinking, but so I googled like famous wingmen. Buzz Lightyear came up. I said Buzz sure was. He was the fucking wingman, and he loved him some Woody. You couldn't tell him nothing about no Woody.
That was kind of in competition on
Buzz
the
They
Lightyear.
were. They
Okay,
were.
well check this out. I got one for you.
Okay,
Kid and Play.
Who's the wingman in that?
Yeah.
They're like equally kind of wingmen to each other.
Yeah. They've been in the game
Like,
for a minute. They
Play was fly. Don't get me wrong. Play was the fly one, but like Kid was like doing stuff. Like Kid actually used to be like the main person. Like House Party 2. Yo, House Party 2,
but
he was
they
like
but
the
they
main
but they
character.
still like good friends a long time. So
Yeah,
that was hard.
each other, yeah. Well, since I just came from a concert in Decatur, then Waka Flocka and Gucci Man at one point in time. Waka was
they've been rocking together for a long time. So you don't get those too many.
They don't rock no more really, but
They still do perform. Yes, they do. They still perform.
They maybe got on one accord.
They fell out for a while though. He was like Gucci too bipolar, so he stopped. Waka stopped messing.
But Gucci
Oh,
really
you talking about
is
Walker?
bipolar.
Gucci. Never mind.
I think that was found out later, but Gucci really is actually bipolar.
Yes.
Yeah,
You talking about Walker? You talking about Walker and Gucci? Never mind.
Isha came on talking about that. She's like, I shut this shit down. Like, can't talk about it.
Okay, who do y'all think was the wingman out of Kobe and Shaq?
Neither.
Oh my God!
Neither.
Different.
No, it
I'm gonna say different times,
Neither.
different seasons, different people. I mean, different. Like Kobe may be this at
It was
one
an
year.
old lying, young lying thing, but neither one of them really was the wingman. And not only that was they not the wingman because they both needed each other. Like,
yeah,
Kobe needed Shaq for the first 36 minutes, and Shaq needed Kobe for the last 12.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and neither one of them at the time they couldn't have been successful without the other. and both of them wanted
Mm,
to be the alpha, so it wasn't like they wasn't
Mm-mm.
really supporting the other
right.
person like that.
I feel like in the beginning of their legacy with them being on the same team, it was more of Shaq was dominant. But
Right.
then when Shaq got older
Right.
and as Kobe has perfected his game, I felt like Shaq was definitely playing the back on that.
Which may have been their
Here,
issue
here, here,
that they
here's
kind
a
of
good,
had. What were you saying?
here's
You
a
said
good,
on?
here's a good wingman for y'all that's
Scottie
fictional.
Pippen. Well, Scottie Pippen
uh,
and Michael Jordan, he was the best wingman ever when it comes to
Yes.
yeah,
that.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
he did
yeah, those are
all of the
if
dirty work that nobody else wanted to do. And he actually
mm,
was the one who made Michael Jordan look as good as he was because he handled all of the other stuff. But anyway, go ahead.
the aftermath of that, Scotty was kind of throwing Michael under the bus a little
Oh
bit
yeah,
in
no,
regards
no,
to when they
totally,
played
totally.
together. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Career that
as far
Do
as
if
you
we
being
think
that's
Batman and
another
Robin.
question too. I can get
do
back
you
to that.
think D Wade was that for LeBron in Miami?
Nope.
Yes,
Maybe
second
Chris
Dewey.
Bosch was more winging, right?
No, it was Bosch. I
It was
mean,
it was Wade.
Dwayne Wade was. So the first
Mm,
year that they lost, because I watched the interview. The first year that they lost, part of the reason that they lost is they were both looking up to each other, and neither one of them wanted to take the head spot. And after they lost the first time, D Wade told him, "This has to be your. I know this is. I was
I
drafted
remember hearing that.
in
He
Miami,
said.
but this has to be your team in order for us to
Mm.
win." So Dwayne Wade told him like, "Yo, I'm going to be the Robin. You gonna be the Batman, and this is how we gonna make this work."
Yep.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
wee.
give
Ooh,
y'all a
baby.
good fictional. I'm gonna give y'all a good fictional wingman real quick, or the duo.
Robin.
Lance Sullivan and Harper Stewart.
Oh, you
Lance Sullivan and Harper Stewart. Go, yeah.
Oh,
trolling, they trolling.
yo, no.
Okay,
Flag on the
oh, okay,
play.
hold on,
Flag
time
on the
out,
play.
hold on.
He's talking
I got a
about
That's
the
a
question.
good
best man,
wingman.
y'all. But
That's
He
trolling.
hooked
Hold
him up
on,
with his with the old girl,
I
he
have
was
a question.
flawed. He was flawed, but he was a good wingman.
and they went through some turbulent times and they still stuck it out.
No, hold on. I have a question because that's trolling. That's trolling. You can.
That was
He
fictional.
low key.
I said
I
He
know.
fiction.
low key.
I'm saying
He
along
low
these
key
lines,
right.
but I have a question though.
I said
Would,
fictional. I
would
didn't say
you
real life.
consider? Would you consider Quentin a good wingman?
1000%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
He saved. He saved.
He was a little
He
messy, but he kept it real
he
though.
he was
He kept it G the whole
he was a
time.
little messy, but he literally kind of stopped things.
Right.
Uh, well, he did kind of push the issue a little bit,
But did
but
the
he kept
issue
it
not
cool because
needed
he
to
didn't
be
say
pushed?
anything. Yeah, he did, but Harper. So for those who don't know, we're talking about the Best Man and the fictional characters in the Best Man movie.
Right.
If you have not watched this classic Black rom-com movie,
Shame on
then
you.
you need to watch it immediately because it's one of the, if not the best rom-coms of all time. It's in my top two.
I'm with that.
So anyway, the long story short is they're these friends, they met in college, and the star football player ends up going pro, and his friend is a writer, and he works for the newspaper, and the friend who works for the newspaper worked with this girl who eventually became the star football player's girl and is about to be his wife. We'll just leave it at that. It gets a little messy. Watch it for yourself. Maybe this could be a like Free Fingers rewatch. Free Fingers rewatches The Best Man, and then we come back.
But in the end, they still remain tight. You know, as far as
And
that
then,
goes.
and
If you go
he
through the whole
right,
three series, yeah.
yeah, and then he does make sure that they remain intact. The thing that he initially hooked up. So yeah, but go watch the movie. It's a great movie. Um, Batman and Robin, right? That's like the
That's a
go-to.
classic one. Snoopy and Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was always getting Charlie Brown out of stuff. Snoopy had the mindset. I mean, you could think of all these cartoons that had that kind of
Yeah,
wingman.
it's quite a bit as
Yeah.
far as cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots
I
of
guess
that.
they're trying to tell us something.
That
You know,
that
a
was
lot of stuff.
the
It's
main
messaging.
character. Yeah.
It was a lot of messaging. Even if you think of like That's So Raven, she had a, the one girl as her best friend. That was the wingman that kind of helped guide her, and keep her level headed.
I'll tell y'all the best wingman for hire was Nate Dogg. You put Nate
Oh,
Dogg on
for
any track.
sure.
Yeah.
What?
That song was
Yeah. Yeah.
I was listening to that
Yo.
earlier today. I can't
That's my
deny it.
jam, boy.
But then again, here this goes back
For
to
me.
where wingmen get too, is it toxic? Like a Diddy would be a wingman, but he's toxic.
Could he be a wingman though? I don't know if
For
he's.
Biggie,
I don't.
Nah, did
you
he?
don't think he's a wingman for
He was the one pulling all the strings, though.
Yeah, Diddy was
like-
a mastermind who posed as a wingman.
Yeah, he was masquerading as a wingman, but he wasn't really a wingman.
I don't think Diddy was a good wingman though, or a wingman.
He
He's
wasn't
just a
really
fucking trafficker.
I don't think he was really a wingman.
Mastermind.
But
He was a
wasn't really
mastermind.
wingman. He was the one.
He wasn't a wingman.
controlling it.
He's a bastard.
No, the way that the way that he treated his artists that was on his label, he wasn't a wingman at all. I wouldn't
No.
give him that.
He looked like one, but he wasn't one.
He
Okay,
was.
okay, Q.
Right.
Okay, Q. I gotta ask you this one. And for my Christian free thinkers out there, who do you think was Jesus' best wingman out of the disciples?
Peter, easily.
Peter.
I was gonna say Peter.
That's easy. That's Peter. That's Peter. Peter was the great wingman right there, man.
Ain't no question about that. It's
He
Peter.
built this congregation on Peter.
Or close
Mhm.
Judas,
close
because he
second.
set him up for the ultimate.
No.
I think. Go ahead. I want to hear what he says.
Close second.
I got another one too.
Mary Magdalene.
I knew he was gonna say that.
You can argue
I
that.
was gonna say his cousin.
Who, John the
Who's his
Baptist?
cousin?
John?
Oh, John the Baptist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was. He started off being.
Yeah.
That's a. Yeah, because he was sitting. Oh, now hold on. Yeah, hold on. You on to something, you can. Because at the time, this is crazy. Because at the time, John the Baptist was being a wingman for Jesus. People wasn't even looking at Jesus; they was looking at John.
He was looking at him. Yeah, and he was setting it all up.
Somebody come
And he threw the alley oop. You know what I'm saying?
He threw the alley oop while everybody was looking at him like he was the man.
Yep.
So
And he been doing it since birth.
Okay.
That's a strong.
That
argument.
being said,
That's a strong.
I gotta
argument.
say I think the ultimate music wingman is probably Lil Wayne, because
No.
let me tell you why. Because when Wayne was at his biggest height, y'all remember Carter 3 Wayne? Like
Mhm.
it was all about Wayne. Like Wayne was the guy.
True.
He put on Drake and Nicki and tried to put on the rest of YMCMB. Like he put them on at the height of his success where he could have really been focusing on himself, and he put it all behind
Okay, I'll
them.
give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah. That's good. And not only that. So let's give Lil Wayne some credit on this. What other person that big put on 2 other people and made them just as big as they? Like Tupac and the Outlaw. Ain't none of the Outlaws ever see Tupac's success. The only person you can remove, even like I'm trying to think of somebody who was that
You
big.
can't say Jay-Z, even though Kanye and Rihanna is kind of under his umbrella. You can't say that because that wasn't really his umbrella.
Right. It's like
He tried to stole. He tried to took
right.
that.
It's like you can kind of argue it, but it still would probably be Wayne.
I could
Yeah.
argue
Yeah.
maybe Dre was Snoop Dogg.
I was literally fucking thinking, who all has Dre put on? Like,
With Dre, he put
Eminem, 50 Cent,
Oh, okay,
50
yeah.
Cent.
Yeah.
I literally
Okay,
thought about
I take
Dre.
that
I
back,
think
yeah.
Dre or Mr. P. Both
Yeah.
of them.
Actually, M put on 50.
50 Cent and Eminem. Yeah, that's true. M put on 50.
M put on 50.
Yeah.
But his
But yeah,
his
Drake could definitely get Snoop and 50.
Dre
And
put Snoop on.
Warren G, and it's a few others, Corrupt and all them
Yeah.
kind of. Well, I guess
Quick.
definitely
No,
Warren G.
Snoop put on Corrupt and them,
Corrupt.
and also
Dad.
Warren G went a different path. When he signed with Def Jam, he had to
But Dre
create his own path.
definitely put on Snoop and Eminem. That's
For sure.
big. That's big.
So I'll give Snoop to
Yeah,
Dre as
that's
far as that go.
huge.
I mean,
Oh, that was big.
Dre put Michelet on too, even though it didn't last a long time. He put Michelet on back in the day.
Yeah, he put
Yeah, he
Michelet
did.
out. Yeah,
He
yeah.
sure did. He put Michelet
I don't
on.
think the only person that if somebody said Q,
No, I
did
ain't
somebody
seen
say Q? Ice Cube?
no, nobody said Q. I
Oh,
thought about Cube
I
and
thought
Dub.
somebody said Q.
Dub C is a good wingman too.
Who?
Dub
Yeah.
C.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
The whole West Coast connection.
yeah, they don't mess
What's
with
that connection?
Yeah.
They don't mess with Mac 10 no more though. But dang, it
I
was
would say Jadakiss is a good wingman in terms of like if you put Jadakiss on that feature, he's one of the best features ever.
Jada.
Speaking of Jadakiss, what about
Ever.
DMX and putting on like a Eve and the Swiss Beats type of era?
Man,
He
go.
The Rough Riders.
He don't get
The
credit.
Rough
Swiss trying to put
Riders.
everybody else on,
That was
right?
the Rough
Right.
Riders did that. It wasn't him directly.
Yeah, that was Swiss really
That wasn't even
putting
Swiss.
everybody else.
They had a group of former
Well,
drug lords.
Swiss's uncle. Swiss's
I
uncle
think
was
what
like Rough Riders, and then
Yeah,
everybody's under that.
the real makers or the creators of the Rough Riders is a couple of dudes that people don't really even know. They behind the scenes. They don't really do no music or production.
Jermaine Dupri.
and who else? The Brat.
Jermaine
Little
Dupri.
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow,
Chris Cross.
He did
Yeah,
a lot.
he put Atlanta on in the 90s.
Yeah.
Escape.
Escape.
Emancipation of Mimi. He brought her all the way back with that one.
He definitely brought her back.
That is true.
Yeah. Definitely Jermaine Dupri.
Confessions. He took Usher to another stratosphere with that.
That is true.
Mhm.
Okay, hold on. Now let's go back to I want to go back to your question because that was a good ass question. Who are like villain wingmen that are like
The Joker.
no
Bane. I love Bane.
No, yeah, Bane
Bane.
was a terrible
Bane
side
was a good one. He was
because he
he
wasn't
was
even the
Joker.
main person. The Joker was the main though.
Haley
Joker.
Quinn. Haley Quinn was
Harley
the
Quinn,
Joker.
yeah.
Harley Quinn. Harley. Yeah, Harley is definitely a.
Harley
Sure.
definitely, yeah.
Sure.
As far as Wingman villain wise, Joker is in regards to that one.
But you talking about, but you would have to be like a wingman that's a bad wingman or a wingman to a bad person. Like
I mean,
Well, then you
anybody that
say
supports
villain?
Trump, anybody that speaks on Trump's behalf, they
Who
up there lying and wingman. Like any dictator, you think
You
about
talking
it, they
about?
have these wingmen, these yes men. You know, we call them yes. Wingman is called yes men to a certain degree.
Okay, so I'll tell you like this. This is one.
Right.
Y'all not gonna get this. You can you may get this. But if you ever watch like WWF back in the day, you
Oh,
Buddy Love.
But-
He was a
Buddy
terrible-
Buddy Love.
I love you.
I mean,
what did they used to call the?
Hey, if you want to talk about that Wingman,
aspect, would you call Mean Gene that too? Wouldn't Mean Gene be that too?
Was he bad?
Mean Gene Oakland?
Could you call?
No, I don't think so.
Right. Virgil was a bad one. Virgil.
I will tell you who, like, you know, as far as like bad wingmen to each other, as far as that goes, will be Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels.
Okay, I wasn't following at that point in time.
What?
Well, as far as
they were like a tag team at some point, or you?
They were.
No,
a
they
tag
were
team.
as far as like a bad wingman, because I think that's what Q was mentioning.
Oh, hold
So
on. Well, Tierra was on to something. So, JD Vance is a great terrible wingman.
He
A great,
is.
terrible wingman.
yeah, that's what if you're talking about terrible wingman, that will be
It
that will
don't
be
matter
it.
what Trump can say the wildest, craziest things in the world, and JD Vance will take up for him, and he will try to explain it in a way articulately like it makes sense. He will take something that makes absolutely no sense and make the average dumb human being think that it makes sense by the time he get finished articulating. He might
That's
be
his,
the
yeah.
best wingman of all time.
Horrible good wingman.
This wasn't even taken up for Trump like that. Like JD Vance he is incredible when it comes to bad wingmen.
Yeah, he's
He might
popping
be
a
the
line.
best I've ever seen in my life. He's an incredible evil wingman.
And we have
Incredible.
people in the hood that are terrible wingmans that be promoting their friends to do the dumbest stuff. Oh man, you good, you ain't got, and they be the wrong advice.
Right.
Mhm. Or the lookout friend. Ooh,
Just a terrible wingman. Terrible.
Terrible,
the
friend.
lookout wing.
Terrible.
Okay, y'all. I think we did it. We're at 10:27. Does anybody have any final thoughts on wingmen?
Do we think the art is dying? And will we say that it is dying, or is it still very, very relevant?
It's dying.
Felt like it's dead.
It's dying.
It's dying. It's dying because everybody wants to be the main character. Everybody wants to be the center of attention. People do not value what it means to be a support. Like they don't value it. And because our society sounds a little crazy. Can y'all hear that?
There. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. And our society just does not value unless you're front and center. We have made a thing of like you got to be the big dog. Like people are not okay with just staying in their lane, and people are not valuing staying in their lane. Everybody wants to be on top. Everybody wants to be. No one's valuing that anymore. And so I think it's a lost art because it's not valued. It's not taught.
Right.
And because again, I think Q or Tierra may have mentioned technology, or Nikki, somebody mentioned technology has vastly like interrupted what it means to work as a team.
Right.
Everybody's kind of more like individuals now. Everybody's just individuals.
Right.
No one's really working as a team, and no one has identified what their roles are going to be. And so, because people don't have identified roles and they're trying to do everything and not working as a team, those are one of those things that were lost. And yeah, that has it's a dying art. Somebody's got to bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun too. They need
It was fun.
I don't think some of that. I think a lot of that has to do with just where we are right now as a generation, as a culture with dating, right? So I don't even think that there are people out there who would generally be wingman who are even thinking in wingman lane because, like you said, everybody wants to be main character energy. Everybody wants, like, I don't know. There's something to those of us who are willing to put people together. No matter what the dynamic is, whether it's a friendship space, whether it's a business space, whether it's an educational space, whether it's a whatever, there's something to be said for those of us who know enough about enough people to know this will be good. This could be good. There could be growth, expansion, benefit, anything, right? And there's also something to be said for those that refuse to. And I think that that's where we are right now, is people who just refuse to. I think that has a lot more to say about who they are and who society is right now, where society operates out of, because there are those of us who are still and will still and do still be the buffer, who never see buffer happen, outside of certain spaces. So I think it has a lot to do with, where we are, like we've talked about hookup culture before, like how that's affected dating, how social media has affected dating, how dating apps have affected dating, how trauma has affected dating. It's interesting. I hope that people who hear this show tonight might consider, like, damn, who two can I put together, right? Like, who can I introduce to somebody else? Like, how can I facilitate some great shit happening for people that I fuck with?
Right.
That's really what this whole entire world is about, is putting people together who fuck with other people. Whether it's Denise buying her first candle from Tierra and vouching for it, and me being like, well, damn, let me get some too. Or Q eating my peach cobbler and be like, say, y'all go ahead and get you some. Like, there's just so many ways where putting people in the right spaces is beneficial for us, that I appreciate those that do. I really do. I appreciate those that do.
Yeah, I think it's a lost art. Much like a lot of things, technology has taken it from us, and I think that until we see the value in support, we will continue to be a selfish society. Because it doesn't mean support where you're only the support. And I think some people feel like, oh, I'm always the person that's doing this. It's got to be reciprocated. And I
Mhm.
think until we balance that and have that artwork, that form of art, yeah, people got to want to do that though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I want to say this too, like we got to get to a point, especially when it comes to hooking up and talking to people and wingmaning and things like that. We got to get to a point where men feel comfortable approaching women again because men are scared. Men are scared.
Yeah.
Men are not walking up on women out of fear that it'll be some kind of negative repercussion just for them approaching. So we
Right.
got to find some kind of middle ground with that, because as long as that's a thing, women are going to be very single for a very long time, or women are going to have to start being the initiator.
I
Mhm.
have a
So if you don't
question
want
for
to
you, Denise,
initiate
based
like
on that.
that, go ahead.
We're closing out. You trying to start the conversation back up?
He is.
I know when they
Hey,
him
hey,
him and
He's
hey,
trying to reel
Lionel.
me
hey.
in.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
all
miss
right,
it.
man. Since you want to throw the monkey wrench in there,
It's a
I'll leave
hard
it alone.
close, but go ahead. It's hard
When my
close.
mi- when my mic is off, do y'all get a lot of background noise?
A
Sometimes,
little
not
bit.
all the time, but sometimes.
Not
Sometimes.
today.
Is that why I keep getting muted?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah,
Oh
If
well,
you get muted,
I
it's
was
usually
gonna
because of
say
that.
your microphone going up. That's why.
I'm gonna be really quick. I was gonna say as far as like the wingman part of it is social media in regards to people having those type of friends. So I think social media has replaced that because you do have this self-centered type thing. With that, you have people creating content and posting stuff of themselves to attract attention of other people. So it kind of puts the human element out of the way and put the AI part of it in there, or the technological part of it in there, and you're starting to see a lot of that happening in other areas. For example, for you guys that are in the Austin area, you probably have seen this vehicles that are driving themselves, and you're seeing that it comes to a point where we're getting so desensitized of these things that what was normal to us is not normal anymore, and we have to evolve even though we don't like it, but we want to get back to the things where there is essence, because we seem to be losing the essence of human interaction and doing those type of things that we used to do. All right, I'm good.
That, that's good. That's a whole conversation in itself.
I'll
So
just say, even in addition to just the traditional way that we look at wingmen, I think somebody, I don't know if it was Denise or Tierra, was talking about just the connection. Um, it don't always have to be relational. Well, it is relational, but it don't always have to be like this hookup romantic
romantic.
thing. There's I don't say there's nothing, very few things I enjoy more than seeing people who are connected that I know that I played a small part in. Like when I
Right.
see Tierra
Right.
and Nikki, I know I played a small part in that. I'm one of those connections between that. When Nikki goes to Decatur and she runs into Matt or something like that, I love to see that stuff. When my which even Tierra knows, my friend Crystal, who she's related to, and I see Crystal may post something, and I see Nikki post something or comment on a thread, something like that. I love that type of
Right.
stuff. I know I played even the smallest part. One person that I love and another person that I love now have some type of connection, and I was able to help facilitate that connection. I mean, when I see that, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Even Yehukanan. I used to work with Yehukanan, and now he knows many of you, and he may have relationships
Hmm.
or connections outside of that.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. That's being a wingman in an untraditional way that people may not see it that
Hmm.
way, but I it's wonderful. Like I take so much pride and joy where people in relationships that I value, that other people also have been able to find value in those relationships as well. It's the best thing in the world to me. If anybody know anything about me, I'm all about relationships. So, yep, that's it for me.
Free thinkers is a wingman. If that's the case,
there you go.
a wingman.
Free thinkers is a wing.
We are
You put
fucking
that on a
wingman.
t-shirt. Free
Think about
thinkers is a wingman.
We're not going to travel cross country and be like, oh, geez, let me go to fucking New York and not hit up Denise. Let me go to Atlanta and not fucking hit up Tierra. Let me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're never going to be that. Like, and if we're in spaces where we can be with one another, like we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. And I hadn't really thought about that part of wingmanning, right? When your friends fuck with your friends. Like that feels wonderful.
So good. So
That's
good.
so good.
Awesome.
Okay,
We did it, y'all. This was such a good conversation. This was so great. If you're listening and there was something that resonated with you, comment, subscribe, tell somebody. Wingman for free thinkers. Wingman for free thinkers, okay? Bye, y'all.